Picture this: what if a single aircraft could make long-haul travel cheaper, open routes between smaller cities, and quietly end the reign of the legendary Boeing 747? The Boeing 777 achieved all three, fundamentally reshaping how we connect across continents. When this revolutionary twin-engine giant first rolled down airport taxiways in the mid-1990s, few observers realized they were witnessing a transformation that would define modern aviation for decades to come. Today, the newest member of this remarkable family, the 777X, prepares to continue this legacy with folding wingtips and the largest jet engines ever mounted on a commercial airliner. Yet, despite facing significant delays and certification challenges, this next-generation aircraft represents more than technological innovation. It embodies the culmination of a design philosophy born in the late 1980s when Boeing took an unprecedented step. They invited their airline customers directly into the engineering process, forever changing how aircraft manufacturers approach design and development. During the late 1980s, Boeing confronted a glaring weakness in their aircraft lineup that threatened their market dominance. The Boeing 767, though perfectly capable of crossing the North Atlantic and connecting major hubs with smaller cities, simply lacked the range for truly intercontinental routes. Meanwhile, the mighty Boeing 747 could fly virtually anywhere and transport enormous passenger volumes between major airports, but its four-engine configuration made it prohibitively expensive to operate on routes with moderate demand. Airlines desperately wanted something between these two extremes, an aircraft combining the 747's impressive range with the more economical operating costs of a smaller twin-engine design. Boeing initially attempted addressing this gap with the 747 SP, essentially a shortened version of the original jumbo jet designed for ultra-long routes with lower passenger numbers. However, this aircraft still suffered from the fundamental economic challenges of operating four engines, consigning it to niche status rather than mainstream success that airlines truly needed. What Boeing did next proved genuinely revolutionary for aerospace manufacturing. They brought potential airline customers directly into the design process from the very earliest conceptual stages. United Airlines, All Nippon Airways, British Airways, Lufthansa, and several other carriers received unprecedented invitations to provide substantive engineering input, not merely participate in focus groups, but actively shape the aircraft's fundamental specifications. This collaborative approach reflected Boeing's broader corporate philosophy during that era, emphasizing partnership with both customers and employees alike. The airlines delivered clear, consistent feedback that surprised many industry observers. They categorically rejected three-engine and four-engine configurations. Instead, they demanded a larger twin-engine aircraft seating approximately 300 passengers, capable of carrying substantial belly cargo, and possessing the confidence to cross oceans with reliability matching four-engine jets. Additionally, this revolutionary new aircraft needed to fit existing airport gates designed for smaller planes, avoiding the infrastructure investments that would later plague the Airbus A380 program throughout its operational life. Boeing embraced these challenging requirements with remarkable enthusiasm, treating the 777 as a completely clean-sheet design from day one rather than modifying existing aircraft. This ambitious project incorporated groundbreaking innovations that would establish new industry standards for decades. Most notably, the 777 became the first commercial airliner designed entirely using computer-aided design systems, allowing engineering teams to virtually assemble the complete aircraft on computer screens and identify potential problems months or even years before manufacturing began. Beyond digital design innovation, the 777 introduced Boeing's first fully fly-by-wire flight control system, providing protective features never before seen in their aircraft. Perhaps most crucially, Boeing collaborated extensively with aviation regulators to expand ETOPS rules extended twin-engine operations, performance standards which previously restricted how far twin-engine aircraft could fly from emergency landing airports. The 777 entered service with unprecedented 3R ETOPS approval, enabling twin-engine jets to confidently connect cities across vast oceans for the first time in commercial aviation history. On April 9, 1994, the very first Boeing 777 emerged from its hangar in a spectacular rollout ceremony that showcased aviation engineering at its finest. Thanks to Boeing's revolutionary computer design tools, this prototype already resembled a production aircraft rather than a traditional experimental test platform. Just 2 months later, on June 12, the enormous twin-engine giant lifted off for its maiden flight, beginning essential but unglamorous testing including flutter runs, stall characteristics, engine-out procedures, and crosswind handling evaluations. The certification process proceeded remarkably smoothly with no major technical hiccups, disrupting the aggressive timeline. Federal Aviation Administration approval came the following spring, and United Airlines took delivery of the first production Boeing 777-200 on May 15, 1995. This meant barely 5 years had elapsed between initial airline discussions and first delivery, an absolutely unthinkable timeframe by contemporary aerospace industry standards. Remarkably, United Airlines still operates that very first 777 registration N77 for UA, demonstrating the exceptional durability and longevity of this groundbreaking design. Following its entry into commercial service, the 777 wasted no time establishing itself as the new default choice for long-haul international travel. Boeing immediately began expanding around this successful core concept, introducing the 777-200ER with extended range capabilities, followed by the stretched 777-300 variant for high-capacity trunk routes. However, the real game-changer arrived with the mighty 777-300R, sporting even more efficient engines and substantially increased maximum takeoff weight that finally enabled airlines to replace their aging Boeing 747 fleets on most routes. This aircraft could slot directly into routes previously dominated by jumbo jets Los Angeles to Sydney, London to Mumbai, while delivering significantly better economics day after day. Boeing also introduced the 777-200LR Worldliner for ultra-long routes, enabling unprecedented non-stop connections like Atlanta to Johannesburg. Meanwhile, the dedicated 777 Freighter transformed cargo operations, with carriers like FedEx creating intercontinental overnight delivery networks. Airlines operating both passenger and cargo versions benefited enormously from requiring only one pilot type rating, one maintenance supply chain, and generating two distinct revenue streams from essentially the same aircraft platform. The Boeing 777X represents the next evolutionary chapter, featuring revolutionary folding wingtips enabling higher aspect ratios while fitting existing airport gates, plus the massive GE9X turbofan, the largest jet engine ever mounted on a commercial airliner. However, this ambitious program has encountered substantial challenges, including engine compressor durability issues discovered in 2019, structural reinforcement requirements following ultimate load testing, and stringent new certification standards implemented after the 737 MAX tragedies. Recent announcements indicate certification likely won't occur before 2026, with airline deliveries potentially delayed until late 2027. Interestingly, the 777X faces competition not from Airbus but from Boeing's own 787 Dreamliner, which applies the same twin-engine economic logic to smaller aircraft connecting secondary cities year-round profitably. This market evolution means the 777X targets high-capacity trunk routes between major hubs like Dubai, where slot availability remains scarce and frequency cannot solve demand. Despite delays diminishing some competitive advantage, the 777X still represents the rightful heir to the original 777's legacies, exceeding through mathematics, reliability, and enabling airlines to build schedules that actually work economically throughout all seasons. The original Boeing 777 never succeeded through spectacle or dramatic marketing campaigns. Instead, it triumphed through rigorous mathematics, exceptional reliability, and fundamentally reshaping what long-haul aviation could accomplish economically. This remarkable aircraft arrived quietly, executed intercontinental routes without fanfare, carried profitable cargo without compromising range, and enabled airlines to build sustainable schedules connecting cities previously deemed unprofitable. Major carriers replaced single jumbo jet flights with multiple daily 777 services, increasing passenger convenience while improving revenue stability across seasonal fluctuations. The 777's greatest achievement was replacing the iconic Boeing 747. It was democratizing long-haul travel by making direct connections economically viable between smaller cities that could never justify jumbo jet service. Cities like Phoenix, Glasgow, and Shenzhen suddenly connected directly to distant destinations without requiring midnight stopover connections. As the 777X prepares for eventual certification despite its troubled development history, it carries forward this fundamental promise. Right-sizing aircraft to routes enables better service, steadier profits, and more connected global communities. That legacy, born from unprecedented airline manufacturer collaboration 3 decades ago, continues shaping aviation's future even today. Thank you for watching the World Documentaries. If you found this exploration of aviation history fascinating, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you flown on a Boeing 777? What routes or airlines created your most memorable experiences? We'd love to hear your stories and perspectives on how this remarkable aircraft has touched your life. Join our growing community of aviation enthusiasts, history lovers, and curious minds exploring the technological marvels that connect our world. Visit the World Documentaries for more captivating stories about the innovations, challenges, and human ingenuity shaping our modern world. Until next time, keep looking up.